Hey guys, it's Jen. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well and staying healthy and safe. So I know you were probably expecting a Sunday haul today, but I decided to do my subscribers holy grail video today because I really didn't get much in this week as far as PR. I'm also not going out to the stores and buying anything, so I did actually place an order online for Ulta and a couple other places, but they didn't come in this week. Shipping times have been really slow as well, which is all just part of the nature of what's going on, so no big deal, but I just really didn't have anything to open up and show you guys this week, so I decided to move this video to Sunday instead of Friday. So going forward, I may have to skip a Sunday haul every now and then, just if I don't have anything to show you guys. So anyway, today we're going to be talking about Holy Grail products. So I had asked you guys last week to send me your favorites, and I'm also going to show you a couple of favorites of mine as well. I really couldn't pick just one, and a lot of you guys did the exact same thing. And as I've been compiling all your responses, I'm actually making a list off to the side of things that you've convinced me to try, so I may end up doing a video down the road just testing out all of your Holy Grail products. So if that's something that you would like to see, definitely let me know down below. So before we jump into yours, I'll quickly just share a couple of things that I have repurchased over and over again, or I plan to repurchase. So the first one is the Tartelette in Bloom palette. I've purchased this one twice now. I hit pan on so many shades the first time around, and I just love this palette because it's just my everyday go-to palette. You have cool tones, you have warm tones. The formula is amazing. It's just like a really easy neutral palette to work with. So really love this. As far as blush goes, and I'm wearing all of this today, by the way, my favorite blush that's just been a go-to is Tinge by Lorac. This blush is so buildable, and it's just like the perfect nude blush if you have a fair skin tone. It's absolutely gorgeous, super blendable as well. Favorite primer, I can't live without this. This is the L'Oreal Magic Perfecting Base, and it just smooths out my skin like no other primer. It gets rid of pores. Whenever I wear this, I always get compliments on my skin, people saying like, wow, your skin is so smooth and healthy looking. It's this. And then the Pixie Beauty Peach Concentrate. I use this on the outer corners of my eyes and on the inner corner just to minimize darkness, and it just helps my eyes look so much more awake. So love this one as well. Foundation, obsessed with the Zoeva Authentic Skin. I actually did purchase this even though they sent it to me in PR. They sent me the wrong shade, so I ended up buying my perfect shade just because I loved it that much. It's just like the most natural foundation. It gives a perfect medium coverage. You can build it up if you want to, but I just love how it looks like skin and it doesn't look like you're wearing anything. And on my dry over 40 skin, it doesn't settle into wrinkles or pores. It's just beautiful. And then when it comes to lips, I just love these Flower Beauty Petal Pout lipsticks. I actually need to repurchase this one now because it's almost gone. This is the shade Naked Blush, which I'm also wearing today. It's just the perfect nude pink. Again, if you have a more fair skin tone, it's gorgeous. And I also really love the shade Spice Petal as well. It's a perfect dupe for Charlotte Tilbury's Pillow Talk. So anyway, let's go ahead now and get into all of your favorites, and I'll see you back here at the end. Alright, so first up we have Lucy from Sydney, Australia. She said her Holy Grail is the Tarte Maracuja Concealer. She said it's such an odd formula, very thick and sticky, but is so great during the winter, even when her oily skin gets dry under the eyes. She said that the key is to use a really small amount as it goes a long way so that it doesn't collect in fine lines. She said she always forgets that this product exists, but then when winter rolls around, she's so grateful that she bought it on a whim. And also she just started an Instagram, so I will put that down in the description box below. Next we have Megan at Meg's Beauty Reviews on Instagram, and she said these are her Holy Grail, would cry if they were ever discontinued products. She said she couldn't choose just one, but we have the Mario Badescu Cucumber Aloe Facial Spray. She said she uses it for everything, skincare, pre-makeup, setting her makeup, refreshing, and she always has at least 2 of them on hand. Also the MAC Shape and Shade Brow Pen creates super natural hair-like strokes, and she gets compliments every time she uses it. Also we have the Wander Beauty Unlashed Mascara. It's natural yet provides lift and volume, doesn't run, flake, or smear. It also seems to be waterproof even though it doesn't claim to be. It's her favorite mascara ever, and she said you can probably tell from the rubbed off lettering on the packaging. She also loves the Tarte Amazonian Clay Concealer. She said it's really natural, medium coverage that doesn't look cakey, and she uses it all over her face for spot concealing for a no makeup look. She also loves the Fresh Sugar Advanced Therapy Best lip balm ever, she said. The only downside is that it's kind of pricey. And she also loves the Shop Miss A Paw Paw Sponge, that it's super soft and squishy, really inexpensive. It's only $1.88, and the proceeds go to helping animal shelters, which is a win-win. I've heard so much about that. I definitely have to check that sponge out. Next we have Jen, and she said her holy grail has to be a Too Faced Chocolate Gold palette. For her light skin tone, it has the perfect transition shade and endless choices for the lid, and it's probably the only high-end palette she'll repurchase. I definitely agree with you there. That's one of my favorite palettes as well, just because, like you said, it has the perfect transition shade for my skin tone and so many beautiful choices for the lid. It's just really easy to create a look with it. Next we have Lottie. She also has a YouTube channel, and she said her holy grail is the Coola Sunscreen Primer. She said it feels glorious on the skin and is quite similar to the Hourglass primer, which that sounds really amazing actually. I have this on my list to check out for sure. Next we have Lola. She said she wanted to share her holy grail products for the perfect base and that these items are worth every single penny. The first is the La Mer Soft Fluid Longwear Foundation. Second is the Tatcha Liquid Silk Canvas. And then third is the Tatcha Serum Stick. She said this combo gives her the most hydrated, smooth, flawless base out of any of the hundreds of products and combos that she's tried. She has normal to dry skin, and she said she knows that they're on the expensive side, but has no problem spending the extra money for products that work as well as these. And she looks flawless, so I definitely need to look into those. Alright, so next up we have KHUSHALI. I hope I'm saying your name right. She said that being an Indian girl, pretty much the first makeup item that she started using was Kajal. I'm not sure if I'm saying that word right either. I always say Kajal, but I don't know if that's the correct pronunciation. But she said that Kajal pencil is her holy grail makeup item, and the one that she loves is from the brand Nykaa, and she said it's called I Am Bold, and it's a chubby stick crayon, and she uses it on the upper and lower waterline, and it lasts all day, even on her watery eyes, like 16 to 18 hours. It comes off only with an oil-based cleanser, and she loves that it's like the deepest black color she's ever come across. She also has another non-long lasting one just to wear if she needs to go out for a short period of time. So that actually sounds amazing. I definitely need to look into that. Next up we have Anya. She said her holy grail product is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in the shade Luminous Light. She uses it under her eye area and also with a big fluffy brush for the whole face, and the result is amazing. She said it gives natural light and makes the skin look flawless. It's like so difficult to even explain what it does. I totally know what you're talking about. Those Hourglass powders are just magical. And then she also loves the Wet n Wild Photofocus eyeshadow primer. She's tried so many primers, but this is the best one that works for her. Eyeshadows stay in place for hours and hours, and it's super inexpensive. Next up we have Jen, also from Connecticut like me. She said that she has 3 holy grail products. The first one is the ABH Blush Trio in the shade Peachy Love. The bright true orange is surprisingly natural on her medium olive skin, and it lasts all day. The second is Becca's liquid highlighter in the shade Opal. And then the third is the NYX lip liner in mauve or mauve. It's the perfect nude and goes with everything. Next up we have Marlene, who also has a YouTube channel, so I'll put that down below. She said her favorite is the Smashbox Photo Finish Hydrating Eye Primer, actually under eye primer. She's been using it for about 3 years now, and it's the best she's found, not only to soothe the delicate area under her eyes, but also to prevent her concealer from settling into fine lines. It's formulated with caffeine to help with puffiness, as well as peptides to smooth the look of fine lines and wrinkles. Very little product is needed, and it really goes a long way. So that also sounds amazing. Next up we have Elizabeth, and she said her holy grail is the Milani eye primer. Eyeshadows tend to crease on her, so she always uses a primer, and this one never fails her, plus it's a drugstore price, so even better. And then she also just discovered the BareMInerals eyeliners, the One Fine Line, which are really skinny pencils, and she loves them. She loves the Hourglass 1.5mm liners too, but they're often out of stock and they don't have as many shades, so the BareMInerals is her new favorite in that department. Next we have Ashley. She said one of her holy grails is Covergirl's Lash Blast Mascara in the orange tube. It's the only one that gives her lashes that look better than falsies. Her sisters and mom use it also, and she's used it ever since it came out. She also said a lot of people stop her and ask her about her lashes, and she ends up giving them a mini tutorial in the middle of the grocery store makeup aisle. That is actually so amazing. She does have really incredible eyelashes. Next up, we have Katie. She said she loves the Smashbox Studio Skin 15-Hour Wear Foundation. She said whenever she has an important event where she wants her base to look good all day, that's what she uses. It's hydrating but not too glowy and has a high medium coverage. It also lasts for hours, and she's never found another foundation that looks that good for that long. Next up, we have Adventures with Carissa on Instagram. She did a Tinkerbell inspired look and used her Holy Grail, the ColourPop Luxe lipstick in the shade Belle, and also the Dr. Facilier lip gloss on top. She also did an amazing White Queen look using ColourPop's It's a Princess Thing palette. I love that one as well, and I think her looks came out amazing. Next up, we have Dutch Monique. She said the product she always comes back to is the primer from Ilumasqua. She said it's a good match for her dry skin, and that foundation often feels dry on her skin, but when she uses this primer, that doesn't happen, so she finds that she can't do without it. That's another one I definitely have to check out as a fellow dry skin girl. Next up, we have Nixie MUA on Instagram. She said her Holy Grail is the Maybelline Superstay Matte Inks. She uses them as liquid lipsticks because they're bulletproof, lightweight, and non-drying, but she also uses them as eye bases, eyeshadow, eyeliner, and cheek stain. She loves mixing them together for a custom color since they're so fluid like paints. She has 8 of them so far but wants to collect them all, and in this photo she used the shade Creator as a liquid lip, cheek stain, and an eyeshadow, and then she used the shade Huntress to line the upper lash line. She recommends leaving them to dry for at least 5 minutes to let them set on the lips, otherwise they feel a little tacky, but they set down even more quickly with no tacky feeling on the eyes or cheeks. Next we have Saranya. She said that she loves ColourPop's highlighter in Flexitarian. She hit pan in less than 6 months. She also loves Laura Geller's Gilded Honey. I love that one as well. She said in the photo she's wearing the Too Faced Peach My Cheeks in Ginger Peach and Max Velvet Teddy. She said that her mom hates nudes, but she loves them. I actually think they look great on her. She also loves the Essence Lash Princess Mascara, which is her favorite, and the L'Oreal Lash Paradise, which is a close dupe for the Better Than Sex mascara from Too Faced. And then lastly, she loves the Maybelline eye pencils as well and has quite a few of them. Next up, we have Chris. She says she has a few Holy Grail products. The first one is the Ordinary High Adherence Silicone Primer. It's super affordable, performs amazing, and never clogs her pores, which is really rare for her. Also, the MAC Studio Fix Powder. It looks really soft and smooth, not powdery, and you can also add a little bit of extra coverage with it as well. And she loves the Catrice Liquid Camouflage Concealer. It stays all day without creasing and even without setting it with powder. And the MAC Electric Wonder Natural Vice Palette is the perfect everyday palette with light, medium, and dark shades. Shimmers are beautiful, and the deep shades perform amazing as a liner or in the outer corners. And then last but not least, she loves the NYX Proof It Waterproof Eyeshadow Primer. It's her most repurchased makeup item, or the holiest of her holy grails, as she said, because it's a lifesaver for her oily eyelids. Next, Only the Fairest on Instagram said that her Holy Grail is the Burberry Sheer Eyeshadow in Pale Barley. It's beautiful on her fair skin tone and is a perfect one shadow look. It blends beautifully and lasts even without primer. It definitely looks well loved. There's tons of pan showing there. Next up, we have Beauty Deals and Steals on Instagram. She loves the Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector. She said she usually mixes up her other products, but this one is an everyday staple. She said she started using it in her outer corner to help disguise hooded eyes, which is something that I actually recommended here on my channel. I'm super happy that that worked for her as well. I love doing that. And she said she barely needs concealer when she uses it. Next up, Kim has 2 Holy Grails, the Physicians Formula Eye Booster Ultra Fine Eyeliner. She said she's 40 with hooded eyes, and this is the only eyeliner that applies with the slightest touch, so she doesn't have to tug at her eyelids. It also doesn't bleed into any wrinkles. She also loves the Thrive Cosmetics Liquid Lash Extension Mascara because the brush is thin and it doesn't transfer or smudge. She said it truly lengthens her lashes and also has vitamins in the formula to help your lashes grow. Ever since discovering that one, she hasn't used her previous Holy Grail, which was Too Faced Better Than Sex. Next up, T said that she loves Cargo Swimmables eyeliner. She never hears anybody talking about them, but they're the only eyeliner that stays in her lower waterline. The colors are great, the staying power is fantastic, and they don't irritate her eyes. That's another one that I definitely have on my list for sure. Then we have Katie. She said her favorites that she can't be without are the Zoeva Authentic Skin Foundation. Love that one. And also the Bad Girl Bang Mascara from Benefit. She said the mascara can be polarizing. Everybody seems to either love it or hate it, but she loves the wand and it gives her lashes the perfect amount of volume without clumps and lots of length. She also can't be without the Jack Black Lip Balm and buys it around Christmas time when they have sets. That one is amazing. Back when I worked at Sephora, they gave us samples of it one time, and I know that even though it's marketed towards men, it's such a good lip balm. It's amazing. Next up, we have Ling, who recently started a YouTube channel. She said that her Holy Grail products are the L'Oreal Pro Glow Foundation, which gives a nice medium coverage with a natural glow that's not too much, and also the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer, which is really smooth, covers dark circles, and doesn't make your under eyes look dry at all. Next up, we have Katie Marie, who also has a YouTube channel. I've been subscribed to her for a while now. She said her favorite is the Lorac Behind the Scenes Eyeshadow Primer. That one is really, really good. She keeps using it and repurchasing it for the past 6 years because it's so good and reliable. She still likes to use a colored base on top, but if she ever has oily eyelids or something that she knows is going to crease, this primer is not going to fail her. Her eyeshadow always looks as good at the end of the night as it did first thing in the morning. I would definitely agree with that. That's a really good primer as well. Next, Leah said she couldn't think of just one. She has 3 eyeshadow palettes that she really loves and 3 foundations, and she just couldn't pick between them. And then she realized there was one product that she cannot live without, and that's the Cinema Secrets Makeup Brush Cleaner. She said it cuts her brush cleaning time in more than half, and she doesn't dread cleaning her brushes anymore. She can also sit and do it at her vanity instead of sitting at the bathroom sink. That sounds really, really good. Next, we have Lisa. She said she loves the coverage and staying power of the No. 7 foundation drops. I love those too, but since her skin is still oily at 50, she needs to set it with the IT Cosmetics powder. She also said nothing is long lasting, as the Milani eyeliner and Gimme Brow from Benefit has the perfect shade match for her. She also loves the Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize in Marie Antoinette because it's the perfect shade and texture, and the Physicians Formula Rosé All Day in First Kiss is her perfect nude lipstick. Next up, we have Patty Lou. She's a nurse, and her favorite product is the Maybelline Superstay 24 color lipstick because it lasts her entire shift. She wears the shade Eternal Cherry, and I think it looks amazing on her. Next up, we have KJ Ravenwolf on Instagram. She said ColourPop's Just Do It Blush Duo is her favorite blush. It's peachy coral, slightly warm, but also can turn more neutral. She uses the shimmery side as a topper on the high points of her cheekbones and then blends the highlighter into it, or it could also be a subtle highlighter just by itself, and she said that the matte side is perfect because it can go on sheer or build up beautifully. Next, we have Lori, who also has a YouTube channel. She said her favorite is the Too Faced Make Me Blush from the So Peachy line. She also really loves the e.l.f. Mist and Set because it keeps her makeup in place, and she always has it in her arsenal. Then we have Maria. Her Holy Grail is the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Cream. She's been using it since the fall of last year and has gone through a full 6-ounce jar and an 8-ounce tube. I really love that stuff too. It's so light and fluffy, yet it moisturizes super well. Next up, we have Megan. She said her favorite is the Maybelline Superstay Crayon in Laugh Louder, and her favorite bronzer is the Wet n Wild Makeup Stick in Call Me Maple. They look so gorgeous on her. I definitely need to check out that bronzer too. That sounds amazing. Next up, we have Sassy Mo Frass on Instagram. She said her favorites are the NYX Glitter Glue and the Crease Piece. She said she has hooded eyes and has a hard time wearing shimmer and glitters, but now everything sticks to her lid and doesn't travel around when she blinks. And the Crease Piece has also been a game changer. She said she couldn't do a cut crease, and her crease and lid always looked muddy and not defined. And then she saw Tati review it, and she said it looks much better now. That is something I definitely need to look into as somebody with hooded eyes. I'm really intrigued. And then last but not least, we have Megan. She said her holy grails are the Believe Beauty Foundation and the Confidence in a Cream from IT Cosmetics for a primer. She said she has oily skin, and even though that cream is more meant for dry skin, it helps to hold everything in place. She also loves using the First Aid Beauty facial pads for a first step before primer. Alright guys, so those are all your favorites. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did putting it together, and if I didn't mention your holy grails, it's just because I couldn't fit them all in the video. I wish I could, but I just got so many responses that I just kind of went down the list of who responded first, and then the ones towards the end I didn't get a chance to get to, but I will definitely do it again the next time we do this, so don't forget to send me your responses as soon as you can. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please let us know your holy grail products down in the comments below. I'd love to hear all of your suggestions, and if you missed parts 1 and 2, I did a subscriber's lip favorite video and also a subscriber's favorite palette, so I'll link those in the playlist above. Thank you guys, and I'll see you all in my next video. Take care. Bye!